Earth and seasons. What causes the seasons? This is the focus question that will be addressed during this entire presentation. Along the way, we will use guiding questions and claims supported by evidence to hopefully answer those guiding questions. I would like to actually start with some myths or some alternative conceptions that students or people may have about why we experience seasons the way that we do. The first myth states Earth is closer to the sun during the summer and further away from the sun during the winter. Well, as you can see on this diagram, if you look on the right side, you can see the December solstice. And this is during the winter time. And you can see by the distance, you can see that during the winter is actually closer to the sun than the summer. So Earth's proximity to the sun really has nothing to do with why we experience seasons the way that we do. Myth number 2 states it is winter because it is cold. It is summer because it is hot. Well, those are just observations. Those aren't actual statements of causality. It's not summer because it is hot, and it's not winter because it is cold. During the winter it is cold, and during the summer it is hot, but that does not explain what causes winter and what causes summer. The third and final myth states seasons change because the Earth's tilt changes. In this diagram, you can see that the Earth is tilted on its axis. This axis points at an angle of 23.5 degrees towards the North Star. But this is a fixed position. It actually does not change as the Earth orbits the Sun. There must be something else that can explain why we experience seasons. The first guiding question that will hopefully help us answer that question is, how do observations of ships at sea provide evidence of the Earth's shape? My claim is simple. The Earth is a spherical object. Here is a video of a ship leaving harbor and approaching the horizon. And if you have ever been able to observe this, you will see that as the ship approaches the horizon, it will actually start to disappear. The bottom of the ship will become less and less visible until you can no longer see it, and it will work its way up until you can no longer see the sails or the masts of the ship. This isn't unique to just this place. This is a phenomenon that you can actually see all over the Earth. So what could explain this? Well, the curvature of the Earth's surface could explain this. If the Earth is a curved surface, then we would be able to see this phenomenon all over the Earth. And if that's the case, then the Earth would be a rounded or a spherical-like object. The second guiding question states, what causes day and night? My claim says Earth rotates on its axis. And here's a video showing the Earth rotating on the axis. You can see that on the left side it's illuminated, and that surface of the Earth is experiencing day. And as it rotates and spins on that axis, it will reach the right side, which is dark, not illuminated, not facing the sun, and that surface of the Earth is experiencing nighttime. In a 24-hour period, you will notice that the Earth will make one complete rotation on its axis, which is why we are able to experience night and day. The third and final guiding question states, why is it hotter in the summer? Well, the explanation is fairly simple, but in the summer we are experiencing more direct sunlight. And that is simply my claim. that as the Earth is tilted towards the sun, it is garnering more direct sunlight. And in doing so, the rays of the sun are more intense than if it was spread out over a larger curved surface, which is what you see near the poles. And during the winter, the sun's rays are less intense over that larger surface. And here's a great animation that kind of ties everything together. Forget about the fact that the Earth is not rotating quite as fast as it should be on its axis, but we can take away some things from this. That the axis is always pointed in the same direction, it never changes. So on the right side of the screen, whenever the Earth gets to the right side of the sun, we are able to see that the northern hemisphere is in summer and the southern hemisphere would be in winter. And on the left side of the screen, as the axis points away from the sun, the southern hemisphere is actually experiencing summer and the northern hemisphere is actually experiencing winter. So in review, I'd like to go over the focus questions and the guiding questions and the claims. The focus question states what causes the seasons. And along the way, we use these guiding questions. How do observations of ships at sea provide evidence of the Earth's shape? What causes day and night? And why is it hotter in the summer? Below those questions are the claims that I made based on evidence. And the summary of that evidence is shown right here. Ships appear to fall below the horizon as they get further away from the port because of the curvature of the Earth's surface. Half of the Earth is always illuminated and half is always dark. The illuminated surface is, of course, experiencing day, while the non-illuminated surface is experiencing night. Earth's rotation allows us to experience night and day in a 24-hour period. So its rotation on its axis is allowing us to experience both night and day. Earth's axis tilts at an angle of 23.5 degrees pointing toward the celestial North Star. During the summer, Earth's axis is facing the sun. When it is summer in the northern hemisphere, it is winter in the southern hemisphere. So to tie all this back into what actually causes the seasons, we were able to show that Earth experiences seasons because it orbits the sun while maintaining a fixed tilt on its axis. Earth experiences day and night because it rotates on its axis as it orbits the sun. And lastly, Earth is a spherical object. So hopefully this presentation was able to show that the Earth's seasons are caused by its tilt and its position relating to the sun.